All right. And the broadcast is live. We got confirmation. So there's a timer up there. So I don't have to worry about this, James. This is great, man. So, hey, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of 10-Minute Labs here through Lab Coat Agents. I am one of your humble moderators here through Lab Coat, and we have a very special guest for this episode. I mean, James, you are just such an inspiration. I love being able to have conversations with you and just spending any amounts of time to learn and grow and share with you. It's an absolute pleasure and honor. I know that everybody through Lab Coat Agents is super excited about this. So it is 10-minute labs, and we want to try to keep it to that time frame when it comes down to it. But I want to give you a quick intro, James. So the stuff that I have listed down here, James is out of Beverly Hills, California. For those of you who don't know, he's the principal of Bond Street Partners through the agency. He is on Bravo TV's $1 Million Listing LA, and he's the co-founder of the PLS.com, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. But James, thank you so much for taking the time. It's an honor and pleasure to have you, my friend.
Greg, thank you so much for having me, and it's great to be here and excited to be talking with you.
This is great. So I'm going to keep it. It's at 1:15, so I'll pay attention. At 11:15, I'll try to keep it down. But James, so let's just dive into this 10-minute lab. So essentially, just tell everybody a little bit about yourself, your background, your story, who you are, why you do what you do, that sort of thing.
Let's rock and roll. Born and raised in London, England, single mother, naughty boy, kicked out 9 schools. Moved to Los Angeles, age 21, set up Bond Street Partners with David, my business partner, 8 or 9 years ago. Wow. Been a crazy wild journey ever since. Always had a passion for real estate. Started when I was 16, did residential for 2 years, commercial for 2.5 years. Love people, love selling, love homes, love negotiating, and love what I get to do every single day.
Oh my gosh, James, you're an inspiration, my friend. And again, I just love following you on different social media platforms and just seeing your just absolute passion for what you do and how you do it. And again, if anybody's not following James, follow him on Instagram, Facebook, everything that's going on. Absolute inspiration, my friend. But I want to kind of give the meat of 10-minute labs that everybody's tuning in through Lab Coat Agents is they really want to learn from just incredible minds and sharing their stories, but also things that can help them grow and scale their business or just to learn. Now, very particularly, we had mentioned the PLS.com and your involvement with that. And I would love to just shed some light on really what that is and why that matters to Lab Coat Agents and anybody who's tuning in right now. So if you give us a little background on that and what's going on.
Absolutely. So the PLS is the property listing service. Okay. It's very, very simple. We simply are looking at ways to empower the real estate agent. Give the power back to you as an agent. And, you know, the MLS have taken so much control. The Zillows of the world have tried to take so much control that we've just started a platform that puts the control back to the real estate agent. So in the first instance, you're able to now load on your inventory on a Friday and keep it off market through the weekend to the Monday. So we're creating a platform where people can find real estate first, where buyers can find real estate, where sellers can load real estate. And we're most excited about the tool on the back end, which is where if I'm looking to buy a property, or sell a property, I can now go onto the PLS, type in my address and see those agents that have actually posted their wants. So it's putting sellers in connection with real estate agents so that people can do deals without going to these third parties like Zillows and Redfins and Trulias, just trying to give the agent the power to keep control of their inventory. That's really what it is. And, you know, when you're going up for a listing, the PLS is a great platform. It's just showing sellers that you're thinking outside of the box. You're being creative with how you're going to market their listing before it goes on market. Again, it's all about being creative, thinking outside of the box, and empowering you as the real estate agent.
Wow. And again, the information and power behind that, I think is the goal. And there's so many real estate professionals that feel that their options might be limited, or that some of these companies that you mentioned, like the Zillows and the Redfins are kind of shrinking or muscling in on their exposure or territory. And I love the fact that this is available to everybody. what was the reason behind it, James? I mean, if you could give us a little backstory as to you and the partners that you work with, and kind of make that a reality for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, the whole purpose of the platform was to empower real estate agents to become more successful. This is a very simple business that people love to complicate, and just set up a very simple platform that is creative, that gives you as the agent the power to be more successful. I cannot remember, and I don't know who is listening in right now or who the audience is, but if you want to go ahead and email info@thepls.com, I believe we can provide a promo code for everybody in this convo to give them a special rate. Of course, I don't remember what the promo code is, but email info@thepls.com, and we'd be more than happy to assist you there.
Love that. James, you are, just giving and giving amongst that with your knowledge and everything along those lines. And we were able to talk a lot in a short amount of time. I want to keep you on for a little bit longer because we're still under the 10 minutes, James. So
dude, I've got the whole 10. Let's go.
This is kind of this is fireball information here all the way through. And I know you have so much knowledge and passion to give. So I guess I always love this question. I know you and I have had this discussion on a couple different variations, but if you could really look back at your career and pick or choose one or two things that you added to your business that you really saw growth. Anybody who's watching or listening to this right now, that they could take and implement, if it's a mindset or a tool or a tech or a strategy or mentorship, what does that look like? What advice would you give to LabCoat?
The best advice I've given myself and many others over the years is structure and discipline. You have to have the right structure in place to grow. The real estate business, a lot of people think if you throw enough mud at the wall, something's got to stick. And I actually don't agree with that. I think you have to have structure in place in order to grow. You have to have information at your fingertips. That is key. And in order to have structure, you need to have dedication. In order to have dedication, you need to want to give this thing 110%. And the truth of the matter is, the barrier for entry in real estate is so low. And people come into this business thinking they're going to just close a deal, close 2 deals and live off that. But my absolute feeling is you have to give this 110%. You have to be passionate. You have to live it, breathe it, sleep it, want it, visualize it, see it. And don't give up until you get to that goal. And then when you get to that goal, it's time to crush the next goal and keep growing and keep growing. And sky's the limit for your success.
Wow, gosh. I mean, I know that everybody's feeling that energy and passion, throughout this, James. And this is one of the biggest reasons why I love our conversations is there's just so much energy coming out of you. And it's absolutely intoxicating. And I know that that's why so many people love and respect you and your partners in the business and your clients and everybody that you influence out there. It's just so incredible. But I definitely want to, I guess, let's just throw a wild card question out there because we got a couple more minutes. We're almost there. And I want to, I guess, just out of the blue, and I don't think I've ever asked you this question, but what's something that maybe not everybody knows about you? Because you're in the public eye. I mean, you're on national or international show, right? I mean, so there's all kinds of assumptions of who you are, what type of guy you are and things. But what's something that not everybody maybe knows about you that they can't read online, researching or watching on the show, anything? I mean,
I gotta tell you, I am really out there. What you see is what you get. I think I often wonder what my wife would say if somebody asked her that question.
Oh, I love that.
Completely insane. I would say OCD. I'm completely obsessive compulsive.
Wow.
Freak, tidy lunatic. I have my home cleaned every day and deep cleaned once a week.
Wow.
I believe everything around me has to be clean and tidy in order for me to feel a certain way, to go out and be a replica of that. Whether it's right or wrong, that's how I do things. I just feel like if everything is in order, then I can go out and be in order. Versus if I were to go into my closet tomorrow morning, shithole, I might not feel that good when I went out and started my day. So
I love that.
It's up here. You've got to start the day clean and tidy, and that carries on throughout my whole life with everything I do. And nuts.
You know, well, but you know, when you say that, it brings up an old adage. You know, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And the fact that you have attention to detail and you care about everything that's going on in your world and your life, from up here to everything else, it's a reflection of you as a professional, as a man. And you know, I love to be able to consider you a friend. So James, thank you so much for taking the time. We are right at the 10 minutes. So that was beautiful and perfect.
10 minutes, and I'll end it with this. Dress for success, feel good, look good, smell good, go out, crush it, be confident, and be the best version of yourself.
Oh, you're the best, James. I appreciate you every single time we get to chat. And everybody, thank you as always. The Lab Coat Nation out there, we really appreciate your time and attention. We're on here, 10-Minute Lab, so catch the next episode. And again, we appreciate all your love and support. Please follow James. Reach out if you have any questions, and everybody will catch you on the next episode of 10-Minute Labs. Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks, James.
Bye-bye.